Have you ever experienced this? You wake up in the dead of night. The room is completely dark, it's perfectly quiet, and you are lying entirely still. But inside, something feels intensely active. Your mind is racing, your chest feels inexplicably alert, and your thoughts are just running ahead of you as if they literally have somewhere urgent to be. You might feel physically tired, but you definitely don't feel rested. And beneath all of that noise, there's this faint, visceral sense that your body is carrying some kind of rhythm that you just can't quite hear. Well, welcome to the Cinematic Explainer. Today, we're going to explore that mysterious internal rhythm, and we're going to ask a massive, paradigm-shifting question about the very nature of human awareness. Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's dive right into this core mystery of our internal rhythms. Very often we treat the human body kind of like a collection of separate machines, right? A pump over here, a filtration system down there, and this highly complex computer just resting on top. And we assume they're all just doing their own separate jobs in total isolation. But what if we looked at the human organism a little differently? What if the body behaves much more like a finely crafted acoustic instrument? I mean, think about it. Like any acoustic instrument, when the strings are out of tune, the resulting sound is chaotic, it's harsh, and quite frankly, it's exhausting to sustain. But what happens when the systems inside you actually stop working against one another? What happens when your breathing, your heartbeat, and your brainwaves finally begin moving with a profoundly unified order?
Well, to really understand this internal tuning, we have to look at how modern neuroscience measures the electrical pulses of the brain. Now, you've likely heard of brainwaves, which we measure in cycles per second or hertz. Well, right around 7 cycles per second, or 7 hertz, lies a totally fascinating state of mind known as the theta-alpha boundary. Now, what's really interesting here is that this 7 hertz frequency sits perfectly on the fence between two very powerful cognitive states. So on one side, you have theta, which is the 4 to 8 hertz range that's strongly associated with deep relaxation, memory consolidation, and really accessing that subconscious mind. On the other side is alpha, the 8 to 12 hertz range, which is linked to relaxed alertness, calm receptivity, and just being fully present in the moment. 7 hertz is the exact bridge right between them.
So, when your brainwaves resonate in this highly specific 7 hertz theta-alpha zone, the physiological and mental effects are absolutely profound. You aren't asleep, but you certainly aren't anxiously overthinking things either. This specific frequency is heavily associated with effortless creative flow and deep unbroken immersion. It's essentially the biological signature of that classic aha moment. You know the one. Your inner critic goes entirely quiet, your mental barriers are completely lowered, and you're able to tap into this deep intuitive thinking while still maintaining just enough conscious alertness to actually capture and remember those insights. It is a state of relaxed focus where the mind is uniquely receptive and fertile. But here is the big question. Is this 7 hertz rhythm purely confined to the electrical firing of the neurons inside your skull?
See, traditional science focuses super heavily on the localized neural networks inside the physical brain. We map the gray matter, we measure the sparks, and we call it a day. But back in the 1970s, an Israeli-American biomedical engineer named Itzhak Bentov looked at these rhythmic computations and asked a completely unorthodox question. And it's actually really important to note that Bentov was no amateur here. He actually invented the steerable cardiac catheter, which is a tool that is literally still used in major heart surgeries today. So the guy understood the mechanics of the human heart intimately. Because of this background, he started wondering if this 7 hertz rhythm wasn't just a localized brainwave at all. What if instead it was the signature of a full-body mechanical pulse?
Bentov outlined this incredibly radical premise in his 1977 book, Stalking the Wild Pendulum. He proposed that the human body functions fundamentally as a unified biological oscillator. Now just think about that for a second. Every single time your heart beats, it doesn't just push blood around, it sends a physical kinetic pressure wave through your entire body. Your blood vessels expand, your lungs change pressure, your skeleton actually makes minute micro-adjustments. You might look perfectly still sitting in a chair reading a book right now, but at a microscopic mechanical level, you are a symphony of continuous rhythmic motion. Bentov believed that under the right biological conditions, this entire symphony could completely synchronize.
To really visualize this, think of the body as a pendulum. Consider how a swing works at a playground. If you push a kid on a swing at random, chaotic moments, the movement is uneven, it's jarring, and it requires a whole lot of wasted energy. But if you push it at the exact right moment, like the exact peak of its arc, a very small amount of effort creates a massive, smooth, sweeping motion. That is the physics of resonance. Bentov basically suggested that our physiological systems, our breath, our heartbeat, our nervous system, they normally oscillate between stress and rest in a slightly chaotic way. But, much like a pendulum finding its natural, effortless swing, our internal systems can totally align to find a midpoint of perfect, resonant balance.
And this builds into what Bentov called the chain of resonance. So here's the exact biomechanical reaction he hypothesized. It all starts with the heart acting as the master drummer. When the heart's left ventricle ejects blood, it sends a powerful wave down the aorta, which is the largest artery in your body. Bentov proposed that this wave bounces back from the bifurcation in the lower body, creating this continuous standing wave of pressure, sort of like plucking a guitar string. This resonant echo then travels up and actually vibrates the skeleton, which in turn gently rocks the brain back and forth inside the cerebrospinal fluid. The entire organism becomes a linked chain of physical acoustic vibration.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is this specific number 7. Bentov observed that when a person enters a state of deep, profound meditation, their breathing naturally slows down and becomes exceptionally shallow. When this heavy, erratic breathing gets out of the way, the heart and the aorta are finally free to perfectly tune to one another without any interference. And when this happens, Bentov calculated that the entire physiological system synchronizes to a mechanical micromotion of approximately 7 cycles per second, 7 Hz. That is the exact same frequency as the brain's theta alpha boundary, the body and the brain quite literally humming the exact same tune.
And well, this is where Bentov's theories take a massive leap way beyond traditional biology. He concluded that when these internal rhythms synchronize at roughly 7 Hz, the human nervous system stops fighting itself entirely. It achieves such a profound level of biological coherence that the brain actually changes its primary function. So, instead of just generating thoughts locally inside the skull, Bentov suggested the attuned human brain begins to act as a receiver, a biological antenna capable of tuning in to a larger, universal field of information. He truly believed that by matching this underlying resonant rhythm, human consciousness could literally expand beyond the limits of the physical body.
Now, we have to pause for a second and look at this objectively, right? As always on the Spiritual Radical, we are here to question conventional explanations, but we must never present unproven claims as established fact. So we really have to ask the hard question. Is the brain acting as a cosmic antenna verified science, or is it just a brilliant leap of speculative imagination? Bentov's biomechanical models about aortic standing waves and cosmic consciousness absolutely fascinated a ton of people, actually including the CIA, who studied his models during their research into altered states. But it is absolutely vital for us to separate his visionary mysticism from hard, empirical neuroscience.
Let's compare these two perspectives directly. On one side, conventional science tells us that consciousness and memory emerge entirely from synaptic connections and global electrical oscillations within the brain's physical architecture. The whole show happens inside your head. On the other side, Bentov's theory paints the universe as a four-dimensional holographic interference pattern, where the tuned human nervous system acts as a receiver picking up consciousness from an external cosmic field. Now, mainstream neuroscientists largely reject the idea of an aortic wave launching the human soul into orbit. But as we're about to see, Bentov wasn't entirely wrong about the profound importance of these global physiological rhythms.
To really ground this in reality, let's look at what modern science absolutely does verify today. Recent peer-reviewed papers constantly highlight that brain oscillations aren't just random background noise. They are fundamental to how we think and feel. Notice how the theta and alpha bands are absolutely crucial for memory, spatial navigation, and focused attention, while high-frequency gamma waves actually bind our disparate perceptions together into one unified conscious experience. Science today fully recognizes that higher cognition actually requires these large-scale rhythmic electrical oscillations to coordinate coherent mental states across totally different regions of the brain.
Furthermore, while Bentov's exact mathematical model of a skeletal standing wave might remain unproven speculation, his core intuition about biological resonance was literally decades ahead of its time. Today, the study of brain-heart coherence is a massive and highly respected field. We now have verified data showing constant, two-way neural communication between the heart and the brain, which is largely routed through the vagus nerve.
We know for an absolute fact that intentionally altering your breath directly changes your vagal tone, which lowers stress hormones and helps synchronize large-scale neural ensembles in the brain. Your internal state shifts constantly with your breath, your posture, and your heart rate. So Bentov was absolutely right that the human body is a deeply interconnected resonant system.
But what if this resonance extends way beyond the boundaries of your skin? If the human organism truly has a natural frequency near 7 Hz, where it finds optimal coherence and peace, we have to zoom out. We need to shift our narrative from the microscopic motions of the human body out into the macrocosm. Let's just step completely outside the human organism for a moment and look at the electromagnetic environment of the Earth itself. According to NASA's science white papers, there's a spherical cavity that exists between the physical surface of the Earth and the underside of the Earth's ionosphere. And get this, every single second of every day, roughly 50 lightning strikes hit the Earth. These immense electrical discharges act basically like a massive drumstick, pumping energy into this closed atmospheric cavity and creating weak electromagnetic standing waves that constantly circle the globe, ringing like a giant bell. This naturally occurring phenomenon is known as the Schumann resonances.
And what do you think the fundamental primary frequency of these planetary standing waves is? 7.83 Hz. The similarity here is honestly almost poetic. The Earth itself carries a fundamental resonant frequency of roughly 7.8 Hz. This perfectly overlaps with the human brain's theta-alpha boundary and sits incredibly close to the 7 Hz resonant micromotion of the human body that Itzhak Bentov dedicated his entire life to studying. So you have to wonder, is it merely a coincidence that our optimal biological states of relaxed focus exactly mirror the electromagnetic pulse of the very planet we evolved on?
Well, looking at epidemiological data and aerospace research, it suggests it might not be a coincidence at all. Extensive studies have shown that human physiological rhythms actually respond to these ambient planetary frequencies. For instance, heart rate variability, or HRV, which is a key metric of human health and stress, has been shown to correlate significantly with solar wind speed, cosmic rays, and the power of the Schumann resonances. When major solar storms disrupt Earth's magnetic field, it measurably affects the human autonomic nervous system, sometimes even increasing hospital admissions for cardiovascular events. Our bodies are constantly, silently interacting with the invisible electromagnetic environment of the Earth.
Which obviously raises a fascinating question for the future of space exploration. What exactly happens to human physiology when we are entirely beyond the reach of the Schumann resonances? When Apollo astronauts went to the moon, they completely left this electromagnetic cavity. To study this kind of phenomenon on Earth, scientists use places like the Berlin Magnetically Shielded Room. It's this massive, multi-layered metal cube that completely blocks out the Earth's natural background frequencies. And early research from these isolation experiments suggests that depriving humans of these natural frequencies can alter circadian rhythms, induce stress, and negatively affect the nervous system. We are deeply, deeply tethered to the rhythm of our world.
All of this incredible data brings us right back to Itzhak Bentov and his incredibly poetic, almost humorous view of reality. He once famously wrote, "We are hunks of vibrating wiggly void." He, much like some modern evolutionary biologists today actually, believe that the solid physical world we see and touch is essentially just a user interface. It's a biological illusion. In Bentov's model, beneath the illusion of solid matter, everything is just vibrating consciousness playing a cosmic game of hide-and-seek. From the quantum particles to our beating hearts to the Earth's atmosphere, everything is simply a symphony of vibration. And what this means is that we are not isolated biological machines just wandering through a dead universe. We are oscillating participants in a much larger field, naturally seeking synchrony and connection. And you don't even need to look to the cosmos to see this in action. Just look at human relationships. When couples spend a lot of time together, they unconsciously synchronize their biological rhythms. Their heart rates, their breathing patterns, and their nervous systems literally tune to one another over time. We are built for resonance. We are designed at a cellular level to connect, to tune in, and to vibrate together. So we are left with a massive, perspective-shifting question. When your mind is perfectly still, when your breath is calm, and your heart and brain synchronize near that magical 7 Hz frequency, what is actually happening?
Is your consciousness being produced entirely inside the wet neural networks of your brain? Or, as Bentov dared to ask, is your finely tuned human organism acting as an antenna, finally quiet enough to tune into a larger, universal field of awareness? I will leave that final judgment up to you. The answers may still be hidden in the subtle rhythms we are only just beginning to understand. But the journey of asking these massive questions is exactly how we push the boundaries of what it means to be human. If you want to keep exploring the deep mysteries of the mind, the universe, and everything in between with more cinematic explainers like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button for the Spiritual Radical. Stay curious, keep questioning the nature of reality, and we will see you next time.